Now, let us see the next chapter, the effects of the light. Now, when sunrays pass through a glass prism, what are the colors in the band of the light seen on other side of the prism? Now, the colors seen on the other side of the prism are the colors of the rainbow. That is, the seven colors are seen, and you know how to remember them by using the initial alphabet of each of the color. The first alphabet of each of the color: Vibgyor, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. So these seven colors are seen. So you have learned that light is composed of several colors. You must have also seen the dust particles in the beam of sunlight entering the house through a small window. We switch on the headlamps of the car when we drive through a thick fog. You might have seen the beam of those lamps. What do we really see when we see a beam of light? We see tiny dust particles flowing in the beam. That is why we are able to see the beam of the light. We see a variety of the shades of the color in the early morning and evening sky. In the photographs taken from the space by the satellites, the earth appears to be bluish. So what is the cause of all these effects? So cause of all these effects you have to learn in this chapter. So you can see here this one: during sunrise or the sunset, the color of the sky is like this. And from space, if you see the earth appears bluish in color. Now let us see this experiment on scattering of the light. Now all the experiments using laser rays should be done under the supervision of the teacher. Now apparatus, you see this one: glass beaker, diode laser, that is a laser pointer. This you get in the market. Then water, milk or the milk powder, spoon, dropper, etc. Now take a clear water in a glass beaker. Pass a beam of laser rays through it. Check whether the beam is seen in the water. Now use the dropper to add a few drops of milk to the water and stir. The water will be seen to have become slightly turbid. Now pass the laser beam through it again. A light beam will show the existence of light rays. A light beam is not seen in plain water, but in clearly seen in slightly turbid water. The light rays heat the tiny particles of the milk and get scattered. If these scattered rays enter our eyes, we perceive the light, that is, we are able to see it. So instead of using milk, mix salt, sugar and detergent powder in the separate beakers of water and observe whether a laser beam is seen in the light. So what we see here, that instead of using here, when the sun rises, our surrounding appears illuminated. The entire sky appears bright. This happens because of the dust and the tiny particles in the air. This is the scattering of the light by the tiny particles of the various constituents in the air. Had there been no atmosphere on the earth, the sky would have appeared dark during the day, and of course the sun would be directly seen. This has been verified by observation from the rocket and satellites which go out of the Earth's atmosphere. So out of the atmosphere of the Earth, there is complete darkness, because as we move up, the atmosphere goes on decreasing, it becomes rarer and rarer, and finally there is no atmosphere, and that at that place the sky appears dark. Now the apparatus for performing this experiment is a table lamp with a 60 or the 100 watts milky bulb. LED will not do. Thick black paper, sticking tape, a packing needle, 100 or 200 milliliters glass beaker, milk or milk powder, dropper, spoon, etc. Cover the mouth of the lampshade properly with black paper using sticking tape. Prick a hole of 1 to 2 millimeters diameter in the center of the paper with the help of the packing needle. Take clear water in the beaker, light the bulb and place the beaker in contact with the hole. Observe from the front and at an angle of 90 degree. Now add 2 or 3 drops of milk to the water and stir and observe again. A few more drops of milk may have been added to make the water turbid. Now blue tinge is seen when observed along 90-degree angle. This is the scattered blue light. Because the blue light is scattered, a red yellow light is seen from the front and the whole appears reddish. Now here, see now the next question. If the few drops of milk are added, the reddish color seen from the front becomes an intense. If few more drops of milk are added, the reddish color seen from the front becomes an intense red. However, if many more drops are added, the reddish color is not seen. Why is this so? Now the reason for this is here. As more and more milk is added, more particles of protein and fat get scattered in the light, and the blue color is scattered more and more than orange or red light, and beam appears blue from the sides. If few drops of milk are added, along with blue color, orange and yellow are scattered, and only the intense red is seen from the front. So when many more drops are added, even the red color is scattered and we do not see any color from the front. So sunlight is scattered by molecules of gases like nitrogen, oxygen in the atmosphere. The blue color in the sunlight is scattered the most, and therefore the sky appears blue. Sunlight reaches us through the layer of the atmosphere. At sunset, the light reaching us travels a greater distance through the atmosphere. Now, due to the greater distance, there is more scattering of the blue color. As a result, the red-yellow light reaches us directly and the sun appears red. Red light is scattered less than the blue light. Now the next question is, what is shadow? Now shadow and how it is formed. So let us perform this experiment to understand this. Now in this experiment here, in apparatus requires candle, torch, cardboard, screen, small ball, big ball, etc. Take either a candle or the torch as the light source. In front of it, set up a cardboard with a tiny hole as shown in the figure. Now the light is seen to emerge from the hole in the cardboard. Such a light source is called as the point source. Place a screen vertically at a distance of 1 meter beyond the cardboard. Hang the ball between the screen and the cardboard. Observe the shadow AB on the screen respectively. However, since no rays reach the screen between the A and B, the part remains unlit. This is the dark shadow of the umbra. What happens if the cardboard with the pinhole is removed? Now we do not have a point source. This source is called as the extended source. Now in that case, let us see how the nature of the shadow would be. What happens? Now, due to the extended source, we see two parts of the shadow in the shadow of the ball on the screen, one faint one and one dark one. Now the faint part BC is called as the penumbra and the dark part AD is called umbra. Let us see what happens in the following activity when the ball is bigger than the extended source and the ball constant move the screen or further and further away and observe the shadow. As the screen moves further, the umbra and the penumbra in the shadow of the ball are seen to become bigger and bigger. Now replace the big ball with one that is smaller in size than the light source. Observe its shadow on the screen. We see the umbra and the penumbra of the ball on it. Now without removing the light source and the ball, move the screen further away from the ball and observe its shadow. As the screen moves further, the umbra becomes smaller and smaller and at a certain point it disappears. So this is the reason that the shadow of the birds or the aeroplane flying in the sky cannot be seen on the surface of the earth. Now let us see next what is eclipse. You all must have heard about the two eclipses, solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse. Now the moon revolves around the earth and the earth along with the moon revolves around the sun. So their orbits of revolution are all different. So when the sun, the moon, and the earth come in a straight line, an eclipse is said to have taken place. Now, solar eclipse means here see during its revolution. When the moon comes between the sun and the earth, the shadow of the moon is cast on the earth, and the sun cannot be seen from part in the shadow. This is called as a solar eclipse. The solar eclipse is seen only on the new moon day. The solar eclipse may be either partial or total. Sometimes the solar disk is completely covered by the moon. This is the total solar eclipse. So when the solar disk is not covered fully by the moon, we have a partial solar eclipse. Now during the solar eclipse, ultraviolet rays which are harmful to us reach the earth. Now the solar eclipse should never be watched with the naked eye. A special type of goggle should be used for this purpose. Now when the earth comes between the sun and the moon, a shadow of the earth is cast on the moon and the part of the moon is covered. This is called as a lunar eclipse. Now lunar eclipse is seen only on the full moon night. If the whole moon comes in the shadow of the earth, it is a total lunar eclipse. Now when the shadow of the earth is cast only on the part of the moon, it is a partial lunar eclipse. You can watch a lunar eclipse with the naked eye. The lunar eclipse can be seen over a period of few hours. Now here see, this is the diagram for the lunar and the solar eclipse. So difference is here, the solar eclipse takes place on new moon day, lunar eclipse on full moon day. During solar eclipse, the moon is between the sun and the earth, SME, and during lunar eclipse, the earth is between the sun and the moon, SEM. Now during solar eclipse, the shadow of the moon is cast on the earth. The moon is cast on the earth, and during lunar eclipse the shadow of the earth is cast on the moon, and so the moon cannot be seen. Now eclipse often occur in the solar system as seen from the earth. When a planet or the star passes behind the moon, that state is called occultation. It is a common phenomena that occurs with the sun, moon, and other stars. For example, in 2016, the star called Rohini was hidden behind the moon. After some time, it appeared on the other side of the moon. So find out the time periods of the lunar and the solar eclipse, various eclipses in the past, and relevant interesting information. This you can find out from the net. Now next, let us see what do you mean by the zero shadow day. The day on which the sun reaches exactly overhead is called as the zero shadow day. On that day at noon, shadows completely disappear. This event can only be seen in the region between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. This event occurs in summer on different days in different places in this region. An eclipse is a natural phenomenon. Many superstitions connected to eclipse are prevalent in the society. It is necessary that everyone makes efforts to read the Society of Superstitious Belief.